Hello and welcome to yet another edition of Time Pass with the New Indian Express. I have with me Rana Dagubatti, and it's hard to know which world he's not conquered: technological, natural, um, a great storyteller, uh, and also now has broken several hearts by getting himself engaged, which is, I think, a major social phenomenon that has taken place completely online. But he's here today to talk to us about his forthcoming movie Hathi Mere Sathi, which looks fantastic, and I can only imagine the kind of work he's put into it. So, what draws you to, like Bhaladev, such a powerful character, but not necessarily good? What draws you to such
First,
character?
first, I think I've become an actor because regular, like my desk job is pretty boring. I got to run an office, I got like employees, I got MIS reporting, all these things going on. And that's not what I like, right? So I think just being an actor gives you so much power. I think what you just learn from people, you learn from these kings, you get to be somebody else, embody somebody else.
Right.
And what I was very like, I was just running this through some now because all of us have a lot of time.
Yeah,
Realized that all the films that I've done actually I look physically completely different from the other.
absolutely.
Whether it's Damarodam to Bahubali to Ghazi, I mean, there's nothing that's it's the same guy, right? And I think somewhere I wanted that growing up, and I just liked the fact that you can play many roles, and I
Yeah.
realized that's what an actor is supposed to do.
How did Bahubali, I know it's been asked thousands of times, but how did Bahubali 1 and 2 change your life? What did it teach you?
See, one is I think it's not changed my life; it just changed Indian cinema forever.
Right,
See, the idea of what you think you can make has completely changed.
right.
The scale of thought has completely changed. Like it's see, probably it's. I mean, if you remember what happened to Star Wars in the '70s and what it did to Hollywood,
Yeah,
and so much rise of technology and others and big spectacle movies. I think Bahubali did just that, if not more. It kind of inspired five, six industries to make big films. Like, see, if you just look at post Bahubali in Telugu as an industry,
yeah,
we have cinema that's five times bigger than what it used to be before.
right.
Just because everyone now is brave enough to make these big movies, there's been enough of workforce that's created to make sets that large, make visual effects that large. So I think more and more of this cinema will just change our landscape completely. And see, and we got to operate at an international stage for the first time.
Hmm.
The film released in Japan, it became huge. It released in different parts of the world, it became huge. So I think that's very, very important.
But you were also very instrumental in introducing Karan Johar to the idea of Bahubali. And then, of course, he put his money and muscle behind it as well. And that, I think, helped it in that
Completely.
crossover.
Yeah, see, completely like because India is so big and diverse, it's not
Yeah,
like we can't communicate. Yeah, we can't communicate in one language. I mean, we speak English right now,
right.
right? Because there's Hindi, there's Telugu, there's so many others that you need to tell it in. And I realized that every time you have to make a release, you need the right platforming. And uh, and I think Karan was probably the best person to give us that platforming in Bombay. And for Bahubali One, just gave a huge entry at that point.
Right. But in a sense, Telugu cinema had been here before, right? With Arundhati and that Magadira. You'd had that spectacle before.
Yeah, we had that, but never was platformed correctly.
Right.
Like I remember we were actually part producers on the film Eager. Uh,
Yeah.
I produced it with Maki. It was what it's called.
Yeah.
Right? At some fair, we felt like we didn't platform it correctly in Bombay
Right.
because that to us was completely internationalist thought. It's such a
Right.
wonderful film. It does
Yeah.
so well on television at all times
Right.
that is played. And here you go. And Bahubali, we said it has to be the best, and you got to because we're making something that's bigger than what anybody's ever made, and
Hmm.
it needs that right platforming. And there you go. Then things change right after that.
Yeah. And I just want to take you back again. In a sense, we saw a little of that with Mani Ratnam as well, with Roja and Bombay. They were really, again, the first crossovers. But again, Tamil cinema sort of then, in a way, fell off the map nationally. Then it just became all about Rajni movies, and it was a spectacle, of course, down south. But even the rest of India treated it like that. But so are you saying that those what how do you analyze those two phenomena?
See, if you realize when like whether it's Tamil cinema, I'm saying whether it's Bahubali from Telugu or
Yeah,
Robo from Tamil, now anybody who makes a spectacle will will start getting in, and
right.
Rajni, I mean that's a phenomenon altogether, right?
Yeah, that's a separate industry.
That's a separate industry by himself. He's, I mean, undeniably the biggest star or biggest pop culture icon of this generation, without doubt,
Absolutely.
right? In India itself and the world that resonates to him completely differently.
Yeah.
So that aside, I'm just talking about regular cinema. That, and I think, see now you've seen KGF that came out
Yeah.
of India.
Yeah.
Now it still had a spectacle strength. It had it cut through the spaces that it had to cut through.
Right.
And it was Kannada industry coming to light and taking national stage. So I think now it's just become more and more democratic. It's cinema. The languages don't really matter. Today we watch a show like Narcos on Netflix, and
Yeah.
India's already seen it.
Yeah.
I think languages have kind of gone away, and in India more so because we're just so much closer in terms of culture.
Right. Good. But let's go a little into what you do off screen as well, because that's a whole a different thing. You're using technology to, to help startups. You're using technology to tell stories. Talk a little about this love for technology. Does it really come from watching Star Wars and Indiana Jones, or
Well,
more than that?
right now next to my office, this is a lightsaber that I had from 10th grade.
Wow, really? Can
Yes.
you can you just can you do that swish?
You do a switch, no, I'm not doing a switch. And
This is from 10th grade?
yeah, this is when I was in 10th grade. I got it in the US. Uh,
Wow.
that's actually half a saber. It's Darth Maul saber, half of it.
Okay.
And that mural you see on my wall is actually George Lucas.
Wow.
So yes, so I'm a pretty much a Star Wars geek like that. And my first job actually in the movies was with visual effects.
Right.
That was my first proper job, and continued being an actor. And visual effects was really the add-on that you needed to real life
Yeah.
to create a spectacle. Now you want to go back in time. You want to go back to the Ramayana, to the Mahabharata, to the times uh, that is believed as myth or history, and it's such a thin line right now in our minds as Indians, right?
Yeah.
Now to show that back, to show that magical time again, I think visual effects is the only way we can do it. And I think now, as we're getting better and better, we're just ready for really big spectacle films, and we'll be watching a lot of those for sure.
And I believe you're doing an animated show as well.
Yes, this was what I picked up during lockdown. I realized you can't do much, but do whatever you can do for society. And I said, what can I do apart from acting? No one's going to call me for shoot anytime soon. So the two things I knew, I said I know how to talk. So I said let's put a chat show together, and then
Right.
get animated because I like animation as a form.
Hmm.
So I actually met an artist, a visualizer on Instagram, and that's how we started talking, and we started building the show. It'll be out soon, just
Wow.
doing development.
But Rana, I've noticed you don't take yourself very seriously as well. Like in Houseful 4, you were very happy to send yourself up in a way because you were
Yeah,
playing this angry kind of,
yeah,
you know, I love
correct.
that. I think that's a very unusual characteristic for an actor, right?
See, one is it was so ridiculous and funny. I said I must do this, right? The minute Farhad came to Hyderabad, he told me this. I said, dude, this is the craziest thing I've ever heard. And I know I'm not capable of okaying a script like that or getting something together for myself.
Right.
I said, here you go. This is it. Let me do this.
What was the reaction back home to that role?
They were pretty shocked that I did it. They were like, what are you doing it? I said, yeah. I said, it's crazy. Let's go.
And did it change the way people looked at you in the rest of India?
Uh, I guess no. I mean, there was a pretty much a surprise in some parts of people, but I guess see one is because I'm so spread out, different people react to me very differently. So
Right.
I'm okay as much as they enjoyed it. I enjoyed myself a lot.